Makua. This is Makua Lodge. Let me showcase you guys. So we are here by Makua Lodge in Mpumalanga in the Greater Kruger National Park area. So we'll be here for 2 nights, and we'll be doing game drives, uh, game walks, and stuff like that. We have our clients have gone on a game drive, and at the moment we're just relaxing and waiting for the clients to come back, and thereafter we have dinner around about 7 o'clock. After that we'll brief them for tomorrow's activities, of which early in the morning, waking up around 5 o'clock, going into the Pride's Land. It's a private concession area, but it's also connected to the Greater Kruger National Park. So it's in the Big Five area that you'll be doing a game walk. I'm looking forward to do that, and it's just exciting, to learn more about the bush in the Big Five area. Things that you can't really see or even know about whenever you are making a game drive. But tomorrow I'll be doing that early in the morning. So this is just a Castlelite. So guys, I just want to say a very big thank you for subscribing to this channel, and I just want to take this opportunity also and say a big thank you to all of you that have subscribed to this channel. It's been unaware this channel will be all about tourism in Africa and showcase all the nicest places that we have here in Africa, and also towns that are very touristic. So a big thank you to all of you guys that have subscribed to this channel so far. I want to take this opportunity and also celebrate you guys with my Castlelite here. For making up to 1.5 subscribers. It hasn't been easy. You guys have been amazing. You've been so incredibly a blessing to this channel. We couldn't have done it without you. So I want to dedicate all the time I'll be doing the videos to you guys, because you deserve it. You are free to make suggestions. You are free to ask questions in terms of tourism. Right now, excuse me, I'm in this area in the Greater Kruger National Park in Mpumalanga province in South Africa. Keep watching these videos, guys, because I want to show you, if you want to come to South Africa and enjoy your time being here as a tourist, I want to make sure this platform gives you more educational about the places, the things to do, what kind of environment you are interested to visit, and also what do you expect to do here in terms of safaris, in terms of culture, in terms of food, and just everything in general. So let me see some of the questions here. I like your tours. Send me your best Africa ever kept pushing, brother. Thank you so much, Lucky at Works. I appreciate you, my brother. Those are the kind of people I am looking to give information and to make sure you truly know more about the tourism sector. And for those Africans as well who doesn't really know about this industry, I want to educate them as well to know that tourism is actually a very big industry. You know, for example, like here in South Africa, before COVID-19, the tourism sector contributed up to 10% of the country's GDP. So you can imagine for a bigger country like this, that's amazing. That's that's we're talking about billions of US dollars contributing to the country's GDP. That is massive. And I've also realized some youngsters doesn't really know about this industry. They take it lightly. Some they do not even know that being a tour guide or a tour leader is actually a very good career, just like being a doctor or being a lawyer. So for those of you who doesn't know that, you can also ask questions so we can give you information on how can you go about it to make sure you become a tour guide. What kind of courses can you take to become a tour guide? Because this is a career like any other career that you go to school, learn and know how to do it. And most importantly, you need to love it. You need to have passion for this. Otherwise, you can't really enjoy it. Thank you so much at Lucky at Works. You are amazing. I like your motivation and I like your vibe, man. That's the kind of energy that I'm looking at. Please, guys, ask questions. We need to know more questions so we can talk about it. And so from now onwards, I'm currently what kind of a tour, like this tour that you are doing at the moment. It's called a TZS. It's an Exodus travel adventure tour. This is a company based in the UK, which is in conjunction with Mask Expeditions. It's a South African company. So in collaboration, then we bring out these tours, which is mostly focused on walking, hiking, and of course safaris. So we'll be doing more safaris like here in the Greater Kruger National Park, which is also regarded as one of the best game viewing national parks on the planet Earth. And then of course we'll be doing some hikings in the we did like hikes in the Bread River Canyon, well, which is the third largest canyon in the world, also regarded as uh, the biggest actually vegetated canyon in the world, because the other two biggest canyons doesn't have vegetation in it, like the Great Canyon of America and also the Fish River Canyon of Namibia. They do not have vegetation in it, but uh, the Brady River Canyon in South Africa, it's massive, it's beautiful. Guys, watch the videos that I'm about to bring out in 2 weeks time. You'll be amazed. We'll be doing um, mm, hikings and walkings in there. It's incredibly massive. And of course we'll be going to the Drakensberg Mountains in Free State, which is the highest and the biggest mountains in South Africa. We'll be hiking up to 3,100 meters above sea level. Brothers, uh, afterwards, come and say hi to the fans. Yeah, that's just my colleague that I'm working with. So we'll be bringing more content. Our content will be more focused on safaris, culture, food, just more about tourism. So, firstly, we'll be starting from South Africa, then we'll be going also into other countries like Botswana, Namibia, Lesotho, Swaziland, Mozambique, Malawi, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Namibia, and of course, we'll go as far as East Africa in countries like Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and so forth. And eventually, we'll also touch uh, other parts of the continent, including West and Northern African countries. But at the moment, because safaris are more based in East and of course Southern part of Africa, that's our um, main focus for now until we cover up these areas, because we need the world at least uh, to get exposed to how blessed Africa is in terms of wildlife and of course safaris. Any questions, guys? If you have any question, please ask us so we know what we can um, talk about, or what you would love to know or learn about this channel. And of course, myself, Cliff, as a tour leader. Any questions, guys? Any other questions you would love to ask? Mr. Lucky, if you want to ask anything or suggestions, are also welcome. Oh. So yesterday we went into the Greater Kruger National Park um, for like a sunset drive. We went through the open gate. Of course, we did had some incredible sightings. We saw a pride of about 4 lions just relaxing after having a big meal, so they were just kind of like relaxing, and a lot of antelopes just giving it a distance, because I mean they always know lions and they are afraid of the lions. It was an impressive sighting. And also we saw some elephants, especially the one that was very close, was amazing, with a little baby. That was an incredible sighting, of which is also coming up in one of the videos that we are busy working on. Uh, we saw lions again, but on a far distance, which was also incredible. So we kind of like had two lion sightings yesterday, which is pretty good. Um, and also tomorrow I'm looking forward to that, because yesterday we were doing safaris with another company. So tomorrow me and my colleague will be busy doing our game drives, and we are three of us. All of us are qualified field guides, so it's gonna be exciting, to of course lecture our clients about these beautiful animals that we have in Africa, and also exchange knowledge among ourselves, which is always incredible. So just looking forward to that. We'll be staying a night actually in Skukuza. Kruger National Park is about 350 kilometers long and about 60 kilometers in width. So meaning that it's just so very big and it's only about 3% of the total area itself that have got roads, meaning that animals have got that free access or freedom of movement, and they can actually be away from that 3% of the roads. So it's not every time you are able to see something, so it's very unpredictable. Anything can happen, and every safari is different from the other. That's one thing that I love about this safari industry, because you can be in one area so many times, but at the same time it's actually a different experience every time you're in there, because it's not like a zoo whereby every time you go in the certain cage you're gonna see a lion, or you're gonna see a certain kind of species of a bird or anything like that. It's always different. Tomorrow you may have a sighting of lions in a certain place. Tomorrow you are there, they are not there. Maybe there is something different, So it's just very so exciting. And of course, during that period of time we're doing these safaris, we also have this opportunity of doing the recordings, of which some of those recordings will definitely appear, or let me say all the recordings that should be done during that particular time, of course, will be documented and put into the videos, of which you guys, you'll be able to also have a clear picture of how it is like on being in such kind of incredible safaris. And maybe of course at some point, if you would love to visit Africa and uh, experience uh, uh, same things, you are welcome to do so. And of course we give you also a platform whereby if you want to also be with us like on such kind of or tours, of course you can contact us, and we can always arrange us. Like I said, that we here to represent Mask Expeditions and also Exodus Adventure Travel, so you can always contact and also of course ask us to be with you on such kind of tour, or you can also contact us, and definitely through us we can take you to Mask Expeditions, and of course do this kind of trips. Not only in the Greater Kruger National Park, we'll be also visiting St. Lucia, which is Ismangaliso, the wetland park, which is regarded as one of the best wonders in terms of safaris. It is. It was actually um, well known as the Greater St. Lucia Wetland Parks, of which in 2010 it was renamed to the Ismangaliso, the Wetland Park, and it's incredibly amazing because it's one of those parks that have like 5 ecosystems in one park. There is the marine side, the vegetated sand dunes, which are regarded as some of the highest in the world, only the second from the Fraser Islands of Australia. And you also have the western shores, you have the Lake St. Lucia and the eastern shores. So 5 ecosystems in one park. That is amazing. That is pretty amazing. So we'll be also being there. I mean, we'll be doing some game drives, and of course we'll spend some time at the beach there, the Mission Rocks, and if possibly maybe we can also do the estuary mouth itself, just a tour, a walking tour to the estuary mouth. So looking forward to do that. So if you guys want to join us on one of these days to come, please, you are very welcome. Any question, any suggestions? Any suggestions, Mr. Lucky? Do you have any question? So from the Greater St. Lucia Wetland Parks, uh, we're gonna have 2 nights in St. Lucia. From there, then we'll be going to the Drakensberg Mountains. Amazing. But just before the Drakensberg Mountains, we'll be doing a fugitive trail in the battlefields of Isandwana. Very historical, whereby the British fought with the Zulus. It's very historical. That is when the Zulus also made headlines back in the days, in the 18th hundred. So in almost all these battlefields, of course, the major ones were done in uh, those areas, of course, but our main focus will be on the Fugitive Trail and the Rocks Drift. So we'll be doing the walks in there and witness what happened on those 44 days. From then, we'll spend the night in Dundee. From Dundee, then it's when we'll be finalizing our tours in the Drakensberg areas. Firstly, we'll be going to the Royal Natal National Park. Royal Natal will be doing a gorge walk. We'll also do the Tugera, the the gorge walk, the Tiger Falls, and then also do the crack. Eventually, we'll cross to Free State. That's where we'll be doing the Sentinel Hill trail, going all up to the amphitheater. That's our grand finale, and we'll finalize the tour there. The following day, we're also gonna have a little walk just to the Mahai Falls. From then we'll be making our way through Golden Gate National Park, then back to Johannesburg. So there've been suggestions on actually how best can we do this tour, of which I'm pretty sure that we're doing it perfectly, even though I know it doesn't sound right to say perfectly, but I'm pretty sure we're doing it perfectly, because we always like have our clients very happy and very excited after doing the tour. Of course, some do face some challenges because on a hike, sometimes some sections of walking trails can be rocky, some can be slopey, of which in the itinerary maybe doesn't say clearly on how the path are like, but it is what it is. And of course, sometimes it does happen that in some areas they had rainfall, maybe the path have been washed off, and of course it becomes very rocky. But we have no powers to control nature, so of course we just have to make sure that our clients are safe, and of course they enjoy these hikes and the walks. All right, another question here. I love, it says, what's the most memorable experience during your tours? I love that. What's the most memorable experience during your tours? Thanks, Lucky. The most memorable experience during my tours was actually, I've got quite a lot of memorable experience, but I'll share one that really stands out. The one that stands out, we were doing what we call a VCMB tour, of which this tour goes through countries like Zambia, Botswana, and Namibia, and South Africa. So this tour goes to the Delta in Okavango Delta in Botswana, and we were like camping. Um, no, it's because we were in Moremi, which is just closer to the Okavango Delta. While in Moremi, it's a world camping, one of the wildest places I've ever been. And while camping there, we had a braai, having dinner. We just finalized the dinner. There we had some lions like rolling. Um, we figured out that these lions should be very much close. And what happened, we advised the clients like to go all in the tents. So all of us, we went in the tent. Guess what? We could hear that sounds of lions while in the tent. It was like in a movie, and it was like, wow, you know, what is gonna happen? Lions were just very close to us. Early in the morning, we decided to take cameras and trying to jump into the vehicle, like, let's go and check it out on these lions. Before we could even drive, we just realized that we were surrounded by like 15 lions. That was amazing. Imagine lions were rolling the whole night and you're sleeping in the tent, bruh. That was my first kind of experience of that nature. It was incredibly amazing. I felt so proud, so amazed. That's just one of those memorable moments that I've ever had. And of course, I have had some of the similar experiences, but that stands out. For example, I was in camping in Okokeo campsite in Ethiopia. Is also regarded as one of the best game viewing national parks uh, in the world. It's in Namibia. So while camping there, it's very close to the waterhole, the famous Okokeo waterhole. For those of you who have been there, you already know what I'm talking about. And of course, we had some lions rolling, and eventually, I spotted like almost like four of the big five, like in one spot, like in one picture. That was amazing, you know. It's very difficult sometimes to spot these animals. So if you can spot them like in one place, that's amazing. I've never experienced that elsewhere apart from in Namibia, in Okokeo Etosha National Park. So those are some of very memorable experiences that I've ever had. And of course, um, while hiking in the Drakensberg Mountain, it was very sunny. I mean, but it was frozen, like it was snowing, like to the level that a river is frozen. Thereby, you can even walk on top of the river. That was amazing. Those are just some of the very memorable experiences that I've ever had. And at the moment, it's winter here in South Africa, and it's freezing. I guess by the time I'll be getting to the Drakensberg Mountain, maybe it's gonna be snowing because I've experienced snowing in that area for so many times. But the one that rivers are getting frozen, including the uh, waterfall itself, the Tugela waterfall, which is regarded as the tallest waterfall in the world, getting frozen. That was amazing. It's actually very amazed. I was very amazed. It's incredibly nice, and looking forward to experience some snow because it's already in winter times. So just watch the space. Um, we may bring in you some videos that also including snow experiences, of which is not common. If you're talking about snowing in Africa, it's something that most Africans have never experienced. And if we say it's snowing, if you check some of those videos, you may not even believe that this is in Africa. So it's just amazing. This is how blessed Africa sometimes can be, particularly South Africa, because it's one country in the continent that does have the special weather. You know, sometimes it's sunny, it's raining, it's snowing. You know, this is amazing. If you go in some parts of Africa, there is no snowing. unlike those countries on the northern part of the African continent, they do experience some snow as well. But in the sub-Saharan Africa, it's not common to experience snow. Of course, Lesotho does experience most of the snow because that is very cold. It's one country that is very mountainous, and snowing occurs like on a regular basis, especially during winter season. I've got another question here. What's the history behind the historical site we will visit? Okay, some of the history behind the historical site we will visit. Each site has got its own history, and many sites that we visit to, there is history behind it, of which, for example, if we receive clients from the OR Tambo International Airport soon after arriving from elsewhere in the world. It can be from the United Kingdom or the United States of America, Canada, Australia, you name it. We always give them a very big welcome, and of course give them history behind the airport itself, like OR Tambo. Why is it named OR Tambo International Airport? We speak about Tambo himself, that was born on the 17th of March and 1917. He was somebody that was an activist that exposed the struggle to the entire world against racism. And we also speak about the Johannesburg itself, how it was formed, how it became to be the city that it is today. And each and every town that we go to, we give information about that particular town or city, how it started, who started it, why is it named that name, and things like that. So in each and every area that we go to, we make sure that we give information about that particular area. Who were the first people to arrive in that area, who followed, what happened, all the major historical events that happened in that area. We make sure we give our clients all that information. So if we'll be visiting, like I said, the Isandwana battles where the Zulus and the British soldiers fought, we give information on what inspired the battles, what was the reason of fighting, what happened, who was the king at that particular time, who was the king of England during that particular time, who was the prime minister, and everything, to go detailed into detail to make sure that our visitors from elsewhere in the world, they know exactly what happened, because some of these events that happened long back, they also have those elements or a legacy to the current day. So it's very important to know about those historical um, uh, moments or events that happened in such areas. Another question: can you recommend any local? Of course, once you visit in Africa, you're supposed to experience. Food is part of an adventure. Food is also part of the culture. So normally what happens is that we also take tourists to local restaurants, of course, to support local. You know, like I'm saying, that tourism is very big. It's not just about safaris. Under the tourism sector supports businesses like lodges, restaurants, Even we even encourage the visitors to also buy from local markets, those who are selling like crafts, those who are selling on the streets, um, and also including food and local drinks, just for them to have an experience of how it is like. For example, like in some cases, we also go to um, um, local villages where they can experience the Zulu culture, or they can experience the Zulu food or drinks, umqombothi, or any other uh, kind of traditional drinks. In the Limpopo province, sometimes we pass through Emaluleng, whereby they're also selling a traditional beer that is made from marula trees. So each and every area that we go to, we make sure that we also do the experiencing, and food is that is part of it. And also the craft markets, like I've said, the ladies and young men that are selling curios. So we also support them in that regard to make sure our clients have the full experience of how it is like to visit Africa on a vacation. Like for many years, many people from outside the continent, they've seen Africa like a place for civil wars, diseases, and all sorts of negative activities. But very few that is being told that actually Africa can be a great place for holidays. Of course, we do also make awareness in terms of um, uh, places where there can be some diseases, especially like malaria. We encourage them also to take tablets whenever we are in such areas, to make sure that they are, of course, safe. Our main mission, especially for this channel, is also to expose information to our tourists that actually Africa is the best place that you can be for holidaying. It is not just for all the negative activities, but it can actually be it is actually the best place for a great holiday. Any other questions? We are here to ask questions and answer the questions. So check it out, guys. Just want to show you where we are. So we are actually here. So my colleague will be coming here. Maybe can also add up something. Can you recommend any local? Oh yes, I've answered that. We recommend local food, local restaurants, local drinks. I mean, to keep the economy booming, we need to uh, but support. We need support, and of course, that's where now the uh, tourism itself. This is how it's very important, like to have this kind of a an industry in Africa, and of course, tourism supports different industries. Like I've said, supports restaurants, supports uh, accommodations, lodges, hotels, bars, and the list is just so long. Where is my guy? Any other question, guys? Okay, I'm gonna take a little walk So maybe can keep asking questions, guys. So it's around about past 5 here in South Africa, and it's kind of like getting a little bit dark. So I want to make sure that we are not in the darkness. So this is our accommodation. I don't know which one is which. I wanted the other one. No? Oh, it's on. Any question, guys? So that's a campsite. Going on the fire. So something special?
Yeah, you know it's nice. There's a family of 5 black-collared barbets that are living in this hole.
Really?
Yeah, I saw them just now, coming in and digging out the hole.
Amazing.
It's very nice.
Say something to our guest about this industry.
Hello everyone. This is a very exciting industry to be in and to be a part of, both as a guest and as a guide. Yeah, there's too much to say in a small video like this. Yeah, the experiences that you have are so that you can never have them again. Each experience is unique, and yeah, Mr. Cliff has thrown me into the deep end now. I'm going to try to find him again. Yeah, it's a very special thing to be part of. There's just so much to see. There you go, Mr. Cliff.
Good. Nice, thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, I want to sit there by the fire. Yeah, so guys, you heard from my colleague that this industry is actually amazing. So this is what is happening right here. After 7 o'clock, we'll all be here. So this is the campfire. So we'll be on the campfire. So we'll be right here on the campfire. I want to sit close to the campfire. Yeah. So guys, this is the current situation right now. As you can see, I'm on the campfire. Look at that. So, and you can see some chairs this side. Our clients will all be coming here. This is where we're gonna be doing the briefing in terms of what is happening the following day. And after having dinner, we'll all be here chatting because it's winter. It's always nice to be on the campfire. Every time, even when we are doing a camping tour, we always make a fire like this, and sometimes we'll be putting our tents like surrounding like this and have a campfire here, and then we can be talking about an African story, the way our ancestors uh, did. That's exactly how we're doing it, but in the modern style, and of course in the tourism industry. That is, we intend to showcase the true African story and true African vibes, true African safaris. Any other questions, guys? You are welcome to do so, so we can have something that we can talk about, maybe something of your interest. I am Cliff, the tour leader. Like I've said it before, that this channel particularly is to showcase tourism in South Africa, in Southern Africa, and the entire African continent. And maybe, of course, in future, maybe we also may touch other um, countries that are outside of the continent. So we are looking forward to showcase this passion industry that we love so much. So, like I spoke about it earlier, that we are actually, this lodge is inside the private concession, which of course is directly connected to the Greater Kruger National Park. Remember, we said the Kruger National Park is regarded as one of the best game viewing national parks in Africa. So we've done some game drives, of which tomorrow will be now inside the park itself, in a campsite called Skukuza, regarded as the capital city of all the campsites that are in the Greater Kruger National Park, uh, which is the biggest and of course the most advanced one. It does have even an airport, got a clinic, some hotels, 5 stars, lodges, and of course does have restaurants as well. It's massive, it's huge, it's big. Remember, only in the Kruger National Park you can tour for almost like a week. For those of you that love safaris and wildlife, not only are we doing that, I say we are doing the walks, the hikings in the Drakensberg Mountains. So check it out on the videos that will be coming up in 2 weeks' time. We'll be showing all those places that you'll be doing our activities in. And remember, guys, these tours can be run maybe for like 15 days, and we are here to represent Mask Expeditions, which is a South African company in conjunction with Exodus Travel. It's a British company. Guys, if you want to visit or be on one of these tours, uh, check it out on Mask Expeditions and of course Exodus. We have the links. You can contact us, and of course maybe we'll be doing this with you in one of these days to come. Yeah, I've answered that question. Any other questions? Local drinks. Local drinks. Yeah, there are a couple of local drinks, traditional local drinks, and of course the modern local drinks, like the one that I'm just having. It's a local drink. It's a local beer. It's a Castle Light. Which one is that?
This is a.
Look at what my colleague is drinking.
Also a local beer.
Yeah,
I
talk
believe
more
it's
about it.
from Namibia.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is also a local beer, but it's from Namibia. But you know, we are here to sell the continent in terms of tourism. So Africa is huge. Namibia is one of the countries in Africa. So that is also a local beer from Namibia. And of course, we will be showing more and more.
question is, where else can you spend a Tuesday night like this?
Yeah, can you answer that?
Nah, there are very few places on earth and with other companies that you can spend a normal, typical Tuesday night like we are doing in front of a fire in the bushveld next to Kruger with a braai waiting for us. It's fantastic.
Guys, you just heard that. If you would love to spend one of your Tuesdays in the years to come, you better come to Africa, South Africa in particular, and experience this. This is amazing. It feels, you know, it feels like the beginning of the world. It was like this. You like coconut? Yes. I love coconut. And of course, some of the coconut, we do also use them as ingredients in some of the dishes that I personally um, cook or I know how to cook. So I love coconut. Any other questions, guys? You can ask any questions. We are here to interact and talk about the tourism itself. And of course, we know in tourism, people are interested in different things. If you are into knowing what kind of crops that are grown in Africa, what kinds of food that are popular in Africa, any other questions you may ask. So I like coconut, yes. Thank you for asking. So I like coconut. That's nice.
You hear them digging in this tree.
Yeah. Oh, those ones.
Yeah, the bobbins.
Oh, I see. The crested ones. Don't. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just talking about one species of bird called the crested barbet. It's like digging into the trees. So it's always like making noise. You can see. Look at that. There it's right in the trees. Do they nest in that dig hole?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, amazing. So my colleague just said, I was explaining how the barbet crested, it dug inside the branch of the tree, and then it nested inside.
Yeah, I mean, they'll collect nest material like grass and down feathers, and they'll lay their eggs there.
Yeah,
And then it's very protected from all the elements.
good. Can you put that information so they can know what it is about?
Yeah. Guys, so we were talking about how the crested barbet creates holes in trees and uses them. So what they do, like a lot of our other woodpecker species, is they will use their thick bills to create large holes within usually dead tree stumps, and they'll create a big cavity for them to live in, and come nesting season they'll lay their eggs there, and they'll collect grass and soft foliage and down feathers from other birds, and they'll lay them in that nest in order to protect the vulnerable eggs that they laid. Yeah, it's very special to see.
Nice. Thank you. So another question we have here says, what's the best time to visit Kruger National Park? Okay, let my colleague maybe speak about that, and I'll speak about it later.
So anytime is a perfect time to visit Kruger. Kruger is open all year round, and every season in South Africa has something different to add to your experience. But in my personal view, the best time to come is with South African summers. Then we've got the most blooming flowers, the most blooming trees. The trees get their leaves back. It's very wet, which means we get a lot of bird species back, and we get a lot of mammal species back. And the rainy season in South Africa is typically from September to May. So that's always a perfect time to come. But that also means that it's going to be very hot, especially in Kruger. It gets to temperatures of easily 35 degrees, and that's very typical of Kruger. But yeah, September to May is a good time to come. But winter, we're here in Kruger at winter at the moment, and it's a very cool experience. Here you go, Cliff.
Thank you. We are coming live here. There is a question here. What's the best time to visit Kruger National Park?
Am I live?
Yeah.
All right. Best time to visit Kruger? Hell, anytime you've got time. But I would suggest that end of spring, end of winter. End of spring, you've still got all the young animals running around. It's still green, but it's not so thick that you can't see animals. End of winter, it is not as green anymore. It's a bit more grey. However, is that water is a bit more restricted, which means is that if you follow the watering holes, your opportunities of seeing animals are a lot higher than normal. So your sightings tend to be higher than average. Here you go.
Thank you, sir. So, guys, you've heard it. I cannot add anything on that. Anytime, any month, any day is the best time to visit Kruger National Park, because it's always fantastic, and you're always gonna have a fantastic experience in the Greater Kruger National Park. I have been in Kruger National Park in different times of the year, and I've always enjoyed myself. I've always seen animals that I saw in winter, animals that I saw in summer, and of course it's always a different experience. Even in one day you can always experience different things. People comes in, people comes out, but all of them, they can end up experiencing a different vibe. So anytime, any day, like my colleague have said. Did you saw us? That's just an animal passing through us. You want to talk about it?
Yeah. You must correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's a blue duiker, no?
It is.
So the animal that just passed us right here, maybe 3 meters from us, is called a blue duiker, and it's a resident in camp. And it's busy feeding on the fallen leaves of this massive fig tree here. So our other colleague who spoke to you just now has a story of a leopard roaming right here by the swimming pool area a few months ago as well. But to elaborate on the times for Kruger, it also depends on what you want. If you want to come to Kruger at a less busy time, if you want to have a more personal experience with less people around, winter is the time to come. But if you want a festive time with a lot of people around, you can ask questions and you can ask, where did you see a lion, where did you see a leopard? Summer is a better time to come. So it's all down to preference, and Kruger is open almost every day of the year. So it's up to you. The prices all stay the same throughout the year. The only thing that changes is the habitat, which is quite a big thing, and the amount of people. So it's up to you.
Thanks, guys, for your questions. We appreciate you. If you do have any other question, guys, please feel free to ask. We are here to ask your questions, mainly about travel, tourism, safaris, food, culture in South Africa and Africa at large. You are welcome to ask questions. So we'll be ending the live in 15 minutes time. So guys, if you have any other questions, ask us so we can talk about it. Like I said, we'll be ending the live in 15 minutes time. If there is any other questions that you'd love to know in terms of tourism in South Africa and Africa, please feel free to ask. Can either be culture, wildlife, and any other questions that you just have. Thank you. Oh, today they didn't put the lamps. Oh, yeah. Oh.
She's walked off.
Yeah. So, guys, in here, or while you are having a great time on the campsite, you can actually spot some animal species roaming around as well. That's including leopards. My colleague here has seen a leopard here, which is an incredible experience. On your comfort zone, there comes a leopard. Isn't that incredible? Think about it, and next time, join us on a tour like this. Like I have said it earlier, we are here to represent Mask Expeditions in conjunction with Exodus Travel. If you need to be on one of these tours, contact, we'll drop the contacts for Mask Expeditions down there, and one other day we can be with you on the campfire like here and experience what we are experiencing right now. Leopards roaming around, species of antelopes, and of course tomorrow we'll be doing the game walks in the Big Five area. That's an amazing experience. For those of you who love wildlife, you already know what I'm talking about. So guys, like I said, we'll be ending this live in a few minutes time. If you have any questions, ask us so we can talk about it before we say goodbye. Okay, here's another question. Okay, so the question is about absolutely awesome. I enjoyed your live sensation. May you share your information about Ismangaliso? Okay, Ismangaliso, the wetland park, guys, it's on KwaZulu Natal, of which we'll be going there and we'll spend 2 nights in St. Lucia. It's a little town, of course, which is inside the Ismangaliso, the wetland park. Like I said, it's one of the special national parks in Africa because it's unique in its own way, because it have 5 ecosystems, namely the marine side, which boosts itself with incredible species like the longhairheads, the leatherbacks, turtles, which they are still laying in the shores of St. Lucia. And of course, we do have the vegetated sand dunes, the eastern shores, and also the St. Lucia lake itself and the western shores. So Ismangaliso will bring you a special video that it will be just based on Ismangaliso itself, because we'll be there for 2 nights. Thereby we'll make some videos in there and we'll go by detail just for that particular area. We have so many videos about it, of which we're going to do more about it, and definitely we'll bring them up. But maybe in 2 weeks time we'll be uploading those videos. So check the space, guys. Keep watching our videos, watch the ads, share, comment. That's one way of supporting this channel. Like I told you, that this channel is more about promoting tourism in South Africa and of course the continent at large. So we only have 10 minutes to go before we end this live. Any other question? If you have a question, guys, ask us. Okay. Okay, I just want to give a shout out to Lucky at Works. Thanks for your questions and thanks for engaging with us. We'll be doing another live in maybe on Sunday. That should be in St. Lucia, which is also a part of the Ismangaliso, the wetland park. And definitely we'll talk more about the Ismangaliso. I see you have more interesting in knowing more about the park itself. So because you have engaged with us, we just want to dedicate to you and talk more about that Ismangaliso, the wetland park. Also, it holds a bigger space in my heart because I've spent much of my life in that park. So we want to dedicate that one to you, and we'll talk more about it in the next live on Sunday. If you have time, please just mark it on Sunday. We're doing a live inside the Ismangaliso, the wetland park.
There are no questions there.
Yeah.
I've got something that maybe you can tap on for the guys who camp.
Oh, great.
But no, for you. To explain to them, you show them the fire, and explain why you don't leave that and go to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
It's an important thing to know.
Oh, yes. So, guys, I just want to show you how it is like here. So you understand exactly what we are talking about. Can you see that? So before we go to sleep, this fire, remember we said we are inside the game reserve, of which is directly connected to the Greater Kruger National Park, and we've said it's one of the best game viewing national parks on Mother Earth, and this is one of the largest national parks in the world. This is amazing. It's incredibly amazing. So this fire, we can't leave it just like this because the wind can be blowing, and we are at the moment in winter, meaning that it is also a dry season in South Africa. In winter, it's more dry, the park is more dry. So if we can leave this just like this, we can definitely cause havoc in here, because if the wind blows and it touches the bushes, then we can end up burning the entire national park. That's a big damage you can ever do in your lifetime, and I wouldn't risk myself to be one of those people that caused such kind of a big damage to the world. So normally what will happen afterwards, we're gonna put some water on that fire, and later on we're gonna bring this. Let me show you. Can you see this? So we're gonna take this thing and cover it on top of the fire to make sure that no any ashes, no matter how the wind can be strong or blowing, it won't blow anything to cause the bushfire. Just to make sure that we protect the nature we care more about the nature, you know, because this industry is very big and very, it's one of the key industries actually in South Africa. And of course, we still have some people that doesn't really care about this industry. Those are those who are vandalizing um, in terms of nature, poaching, another big uh, problem that we are facing at the moment. So it's part of vandalizing, the poaching of species like rhinos, pangolins, and even just the common species is still not advisable, because it increases the or encourages people to feel like they can always do it, and therefore they can go for any other species, especially if money is involved. So we just discourage people to get themselves engaging in activities like poaching and vandalizing nature itself. Vandalizing nature also goes as far as trees. Some trees are very special, they are endangered, and therefore cutting them down also is not advisable. Okay, my colleagues, do you have anything to say? To encourage
No, you're
or
doing very well.
thank you.
We're enjoying it from this side.
Absolutely, guys. Listen to what Cliff has to say. It's all very valuable. Please consider joining either a group tour to Africa or to South Africa, or even as a guide. If any of what we've said tonight has importance to you, just think about it. So it's a good industry to be in.
Correct.
Thank you. Guys, you've heard it, you have anything?
No, Cliff, what you've been saying, you've been preaching about nature conservation and looking after nature, is that even if you are not physically involved, if there is something that you can do to help preserve nature and so on, always give it a chance, whether it's Africa or Asia or anywhere else in the world. Our natural resources are valuable and few, and we should look after them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, guys, you've heard it yourself. If you remember, I love what you guys have said, and also what Talis just topped up about. It's not only in Africa, but can be in Asia or any other continent. Remember, on the beginning, we also said our dream is also to touch other continents. Would love sometime maybe to also do Asia or any other continent. So let's preserve our nature and culture. Guys, now we are living this life. Thank you so much for being involved, and thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. Share the video, comment, and like. Bye bye. Thanks,
How often do you do the lives?
man. This was my first live, bro.
Oh, fantastic. Well, it sounds like it went well.
Thank you.
That's good.
Wow. Makwa really looks beautiful, man.
The Bush television.
Yeah.
Where do you get good actors? They're a forest.
More subtropical shrubland areas.
Okay. So tropical shrubland would be subtropical shrubland.
I think
Like Kruger.
in parts of Kruger, yes. But do you guys get blue duiker in St. Lucia, or is it just the red duiker?
The red ducker, it's there.
The blue duiker you get?
Yeah, it's there.
I figured there. And you would get it in places like Titsikama.
Yeah, like deep forest.
Yeah. Because it's so small, they can't.
Yeah.
They're not going to survive in this. There's no way.
You see, I want to remember who that one is. There's two flycatchers that are here. put the air sheet